Hey academics, it's Jay. So we've got a special Detention series episode for you featuring none other than the Bell, Damien Dibbell of Power Slap. But I gotta tell you, we had a bit of an audio hiccup on this one. We'd normally do a do-over, but honestly, this chat was just too great to ditch. It's got everything, laughs, life lessons, and a heap of Detention series fun. So bear with us on the sound quality. This episode's still got the magic, trust me on that. Keep being cool, keep learning, and enjoy the ride. Academy, a show created to bridge society divides and judgment-free zones in candor and humor. My name is Jay. Got Gary here today. We are in studio. Gary, I'm going to let you introduce your friend, and we'll go from there.
We got the Bell in the house, Power Slap. It's a crazy game y'all play. Welcome to the Academy. How you doing? Cool.
I'm going to put that a little awkwardly close to your face like that. You ever had a grown man push something like that?
Oh, you might get slapped for that.
It's like if somebody was like, "Hey, man,"
You might get slapped for that.
Worst sound to hear when a mic's coming at you like that.
Yeah. I don't know if I could tell this joke on the air, but this guy I used to work with always used to say, you know what the last thing you want to hear when you're sucking Willie Nelson's dick? I'm not Willie Nelson.
Oh, no. No.
Not really sure.
I don't even know how that's just
Yeah, I don't know
none of that helped.
Yeah, no. Right.
I did hypothesize once with some friends what it would be like to smoke Willie Nelson's braid.
Smoke his braid. Yeah,
Like,
you probably
if
get
you
real
rolled up
high.
his braid, you'd fucking probably see God.
Y'all might not like. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
God, dude, I just aged like 30 years in one sentence.
Willie Nelson's like the most famous country singer
Dude,
of all time.
Willie Nelson
But, like, a
is
cool-
country Snoop.
Yeah.
Like they're
Country
each
Snoop.
other's friends.
That is a thing. That makes sense.
Country Snoop.
He was always like the country guy that was like not racist or whatever. Just like he was just cool. Like everybody just internationally accepted as like a cool.
I'm not
guy.
convinced that you have to at least know what this guy looks like. Keep going, Gary.
Yeah, he had long, gray hair and like two braids always down with a bandana. But
He's the quintessential high dude.
well, the Bell's 21 years old. I know that because I thought he was 21 when I tried to put him on Power Slap the first time. No, not even familiar.
Maybe like the backlogs. I mean,
Mm.
Holy shit! I'm
Yeah,
old.
I guess. Yeah, but I mean, how? And he's been dead for a while, right?
Is Willie Nelson dead?
I think he's dead. He's dead, isn't he? No?
You heard it here first.
Oh, he's not dead.
Don't ask me.
Oh.
Hang on.
Is he alive?
Now I'm scared. Like we're just fucking perpetrating all sorts of
Oh,
shit.
maybe he's not dead.
hey,
I thought he was dead.
if you hear this, bro, we're not calling you out.
Oh, he's just real old, man.
Hey, I just offered to smoke his braid.
Yeah, I'll let you give him grocery.
I don't think he's dead. He's
Okay.
90.
Oh, never mind. He's not dead yet.
Yeah.
He's
My
old.
dude proves that you cannot die from THC consumption. Though.
Yeah, it probably helps in some ways. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect someone in their 20s to really early 20s to know that. I mean, when was the last time you saw him?
You
He's-
get the gist of it. Dude smoked a lot of weed. You smoke one of his braids. You're pretty fucked up.
Yeah, he's out there with like Snoop, Cheech and Chong, like the weed smokingest people like in society.
So he up there.
Oh,
Yeah,
he is like
Yeah.
legendary status. He stands with them.
Damn.
Yeah, 100%. They would all say the same. I can't imagine that any one of them would say that Willie wasn't welcome at that table of heroes.
Yeah,
I never heard this.
yeah.
It's kind of sad. You're missing out on like something that's really classic. It's country, obviously, and if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. And it's not really even mine. But there's something about the dude
he was just peaceful.
It's like that old country. It's not like that Kenny Chesney like pop country. But it's not also. It's also not like the real like my dog died shit either. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Like a Johnny Cash.
Yeah, yeah. It's like he's just
Fair enough.
no matter like there's legends in everything, right? So there's like if it's hip hop, it's like a Biggie or something. If it's classic rock, Jim Morrison or Hendrix. Like country had like Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson, like Garth Brooks or something like that.
I
in
don't
the
know.
90s.
I don't know if you put them in the same category.
No, you don't. Not at all. But
I got friends in low places. Man, you ever see white people at a wedding when that comes on? Have you seen that?
they get hyped up.
They get
They
so
get
hyped.
hyped up. They
Like-
do. I'm from Okeechobee, Florida, dude. Do you want to see some people lose their shit when they go?
Oh, they get crazy. I mean, my mom ran the party center at our church for like 35 years. And whenever I got in trouble as a kid, which was every time, I had to wash dishes, bust tables and shit on the weddings weekend. 100% of the time. That shit came on, and it's just white, sweaty dudes, like their arms around each other, like, swaying back and forth, and singing so loud.
We are the world.
It is, they 100%. And they would just be singing it. Yeah, they would play like 3 times, and then like mix in the cha-cha slide, and then it took me all night long.
Yeah, we will fuck up a line dance for white people, man. We just love to do that shit. Give us a square to work in, and we'll utilize every single piece of it, but only mathematically and with no rhythm. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all you're doing.
Yeah, that's
Really? Maybe that's me.
Nah, yeah, I was gonna say I just don't even do that. I just 2-step and throw up gang signs.
I'm confused.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's all.
I like the juxtaposition of this.
Yeah,
What does the outfit look like when you're throwing gang signs and 2-step?
yeah, it's just the 2-step is just 1-2. Just it ain't. It's not necessarily like it ain't. I'm not Irish line dancing.
You're not like describing like the quintessential miner with the guns.
It's a lot less than that. It's like a lot. It's a lot less up and like the feet don't really move that much. It's just enough.
Oh, you mean like the corner of the dance
It's
floor?
like mostly in the shoulders.
Mostly in the shoulders?
Yeah.
That's a look.
Yeah.
You can fuck that up,
Oh, you can't.
which is really funny. How is that possible that you can do just something simple like bob your head to music and just kind of go back and forth, and you can be cool and uncool next to each other?
It's if you have to try, it's not gonna work. And
But
if
that's
it just
fine,
and if
you
it
know?
if it just happens and you do it, you got the rhythm. If you're trying to have the rhythm, you don't have the rhythm.
Try is always the problem. It's one of the reasons why I think that Black people have more rhythm is because they're more authentic. I think that when you're authentic, you're not scared of what other people think of you, and you're likely to do the things that more people are going to like and enjoy because they're inclined to do it themselves. I think that we're always just always upset at other people having fun, and they're having fun better than us.
Yeah.
And we got to be upset about it. You're not laughing too hard. Like, no, that's code for I wish I was laughing that hard.
Yeah.
Or I didn't feel judged when I did laugh that hard.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
No, I'd be laughing so hard, especially after the last event that we did. I was having such a great time while everyone else is like huddled around, talking about their fights. Oh, what did you think I did here? He had my match go. At the end of the night, I just look at people and be like, bro, don't ask me.
Drop that. Like,
That's trying to have a good time. I'm trying to get drunk and miss my fight or some shit.
or get rid of this headache.
Or make it worse tomorrow. But right now, for the people that don't know about your last fight, what organization are you in? What sport is it? And tell us about the last fight.
You don't know, it's Power Slap. So I slap people for money. That's my last time was pretty good. I was pretty hard. Fell down, got a belt. Yeah, shit like that.
Your name is like the moniker of all monikers for people getting hit in the head. Like, I sat like for a solid 2 hours just running different gimmicks through my head that would go with the bell. Like, you could come out like ring my bell.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, and that's just the beginning of it.
Just off the
You could
top.
you could come in and dress however you want to be, like the belle of the ball. You could be,
so many.
this is the dinner bell. Come on, chow time. All sorts of shit, man.
And then I gave him your real name, and you're just like, "Fuck, that's why it's."
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
It's perfect. You know,
They tried to convince me to change my name or something. I was like,
who would convince
Why
you that?
not?
right, some people just don't. They just don't fuck with the bell. I don't know why.
I mean,
Well, I mean, we did just have a long conversation about how the three of us don't want the bell, but at least the bell end.
yeah. I mean, you ring someone's bell, that's you hit them really fucking hard. Like,
Exactly.
It's
dude.
like-
And I got my whole catchphrase under my Instagram. It's like the unringable bell.
Yeah,
It's great.
Unringable bell.
yeah, you don't got
Dude,
that little
you
thing
could-
in the middle.
You could come in with like a piccolo and like be dressed like you're in the 1800s and be the Liberty Bell.
It comes in looking like Benjamin Franklin, like a powdered
Look at
wig.
your powdered wig.
Oh, you got the powder right there. A slap
Dude,
powdered wig.
Powdered your wig and then powdered their face. It's the Liberty
Oh,
Bell.
that's amazing.
Yeah, that's
Four score.
Bam!
score 16
I love that. So, Gary had said you were 21 years old.
Yes.
21 years old and thrust into a sport that's on every channel and every piece of social media. And not only did you rise to the occasion, but now you find yourself in the seat of a coach.
Sir.
How does that feel talking to people, that are older than you or feel like they have different perspectives, which we all do? Experience is a lens. It's not a fucking anything more than that. It's what you have that somebody else hasn't done or a different perspective. That said, though, there's got to be some odd dynamics that come into play when someone your age is teaching someone else that feels they know what they're doing how to do something.
And how you became a coach.
So for the coach part, I got to become a coach over the show because I was too young to participate in it. So they brought me as assistant coach. So it kind of led me into that role. And Ron and me really worked together. There's a good chance to learn how to coach this new sport for you guys. But as far as like everything else, like how it felt, what it was like, it was just, honestly, I just took it one day at a time and did what I had to do. And I always try to show respect to get respect. I didn't expect anyone to show me respect just because I've been doing this long. I'm the youngest student in the room every fucking time. So these dudes have been doing other stuff, pro MMA, pro kickboxing, all this other stuff. They still deserve my respect. I'm not going to take that away from anybody. Just you show me respect, I'll show you respect, and we'll both work together to build this sport. That's what it's about.
Well, and when you sit in a coach's chair, your job is not to make people comfortable. It's to make them uncomfortable because you're trying to push them beyond what they think they're capable of or what they don't believe in themselves to begin with.
Yeah.
So the moment that you can recognize that and just give them that extra push, that strength, and realize that, it's not about the fact that you've done it for X amount of time, or they've done it for X amount of time. Because the moment that you become complacent in your capabilities, that's the moment somebody comes up and rings your fucking bell,
Yeah.
right?
I'll never be complacent, especially in this kind of sport, because anybody can knock you out. If you having a bad day, a good day, it doesn't matter. Anybody can knock you out. It's just that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing, and I will admit that I kind of fucked up, and I didn't check his age, and he was supposed to. For those that don't
Is this
know,
Kelvin?
I was I was the executive producer of the show of the first season, and we tried to get the best in the world, so we looked at the organizations that exist already, and he was the first choice. One of the top. There's 3 guys, 2 coaches and him. Those were the best guys in the world at the time, still are. Two are, yes. One got knocked down, out, didn't win.
It happens.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy sport, but so he went through all of his medicals and everything, and
Yeah, did all the medical.
yeah, and we're deep into it. They're like, isn't that going to be a problem that he's not 21? Like, the motherfucker's 21. Like,
Look at his beard. He's got to be 21.
They're like, nah. They're like, I mean, he's been doing this for a while. Like, he's got a bunch of matches. Like, that's a grown man right there. They're like, nah, man, look at his birthday.
I like that you can't get slapped, but you can go defend your country.
Oh, yeah, you can't buy a beer.
I can't buy a beer, but you can take a
TV show, but I can go fight for my country.
Yeah. So they're like, well, he just can't come. And I was like, we got to figure something out.
Yeah,
Like,
that was similar to the Ultimate Fighter when Kelvin was there. He was the youngest on that season.
yeah. But he ended up being an assistant coach because they wouldn't let him in the house. So it's like you have to kind of skip the house, which yeah, man, that was it sucked so bad.
Dude, I was in the Army. That's all I think about when I see those things. I'm like, it's just some asshole slugging a whole bunch of alcohol, usually me back then, saying things I shouldn't, running around like a fool. Because let's face it, what else? Nobody been outside, in the real world yet anyway. Like,
that was rough though. I've done 40 seasons of The Ultimate Fighter if you count all the international seasons. I've been there since season 1, seen it all, and that motherfucker, that house was crazy. I mean, it was brawls from day one. I'm in the middle of like, stop. I'm telling the guy, you got to stop peeing your pants. I'm telling a grown man that. And I'm like, if you keep peeing yourself, you're going to have to go home. That's on TV too. And then, then I got the crazy Hawaiian dude.
He's just got more military, by the way.
Yeah, oh,
I
yeah.
can see me, dude. You pissed again. Stop drinking so much.
He had to go to the hotel for a night, like, so he didn't get himself killed or like go through another mattress. And man, it was rough. I mean, these guys,
that sucks.
It was all kinds.
Worst place to be yourself, national TV.
Yeah. No, yeah. Then the guy weighed in against him and had a diaper on, like just to bunk him. I mean,
He really got a diaper.
Yeah, Tana's like, where the fuck did you get this? I put it on the list. Like, oh.
I put it on the list. It was the asshole that was at the store that day for the team, picking up some Depends and some fucking GNC shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
He also do his like weigh-ins in the diapers too. Like,
oh, he did. Oh yeah, yeah. He was just standing there in a diaper. Like,
why?
He did it to get his opponent to like punk him. Like he's like,
yeah, I feel like that backfired.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't see any situation where I'm one-upping somebody by wearing a fucking...
Yeah, and like...
It's not a win scenario.
I mean, you are getting in his head in a bizarre way.
Nah.
Like, I don't know. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe this is genius.
Like, you're not supposed to fight mad, right? But like this, like I feel like if you piss your opponent off, like it's not good in this because that just...
No, this is a sport you don't piss your opponent off.
Like...
No, they start pulling on like fucking generational fucking anger. Their arms coming around at Mach 1. And the only defense you have, I think, because I've been thinking about this. I'm genuinely curious because that's like the biggest rub. Everybody's like, well, fucking, you're not defending yourself. Take a hit to the head. And you think about boxing and MMA and weight cut, and you always hear about the amount of fluid that you've got in your head, is definitely something that protects you in these situations. Do you guys like force hydrate before going on to this and stuff like that so your brain doesn't smack hard into the side? Or
damn, that's a good idea, bro.
Like, I'm serious.
I didn't even think about that one. Yeah,
like what's the worst that could happen? Like gusher out the ear? Like,
no, but it is.
You get knocked down, you can piss yourself, but
I mean, at that point, what else? You got knocked out. Like, I feel like pissing yourself doesn't matter.
That is a good point because they do say the brain is the last thing to hydrate when you cut weight, so that you're more susceptible to be knocked out. So.
Give yourself like 6 IVs of saline before you go in there, all bloated.
Probably do that one.
Yeah, it's technically no IVs are allowed. Athletic.
Just force hydrate. Just hit yourself a whole bunch of Gatorade or whatever.
Yeah, you could like butt chug a gallon or something.
Butt chug. Why does it got to be so violent?
Yeah, I mean, you don't drink so much, if like
Motley just normal.
Well, because you got to do both. Like, got Motley Crue that shit. You got to.
I feel like it shouldn't be water. Like, if you're gonna go that far, at least you use like a drug or even
Gatorade.
alcohol.
Like Gatorade.
Gatorade. Would that sting? Like if it's red?
Nah, I don't think the color matters.
Real confused.
I don't like chicken wings coming out, let alone Gatorade going in.
Yeah, that doesn't have anything.
What flavor?
I mean, I don't think the flavor matters, but I would probably go with that.
Absolutely does. I argue that it does because you can taste things through your membranes.
Exactly.
You can't taste things.
You ever had an IV shot, saline, put in you? You don't ever taste it in your mouth? Every time I taste it. No matter what you inject you with. Oh, no, I don't fucking try this, but I can only imagine that you can get high as shit on opiates in the butt.
Yeah, but you can't taste the difference. There's no way that
you can taste it with your balls.
Well, I mean, we can test this. Oh yeah, I heard you can dip your nuts in soy sauce.
That's not a thing.
I'm
I'm gonna have some salty ass nuts.
That response was like he was angry at you believing it. That's not a thing.
There's no way. I'm willing to bet money that if we broke out the original flavors, orange, red, yellow,
Fanta,
original Gatorade. We're
I
talking
said no Sierra Mist. I said Sprite.
No, we're talking Gatorade, not no Arctic Mist, not nothing blue.
On the red Gatorade, bro. I don't know what flavor it is, just a red one.
Red, orange, yellow.
Red is alarming.
It is.
I don't want that. You ever eat something that, like red? You make red velvet.
Oh yeah, I got to story about that. So yeah, quick story. Two of my best friends, they're together. They got a bunch of kids now, but when they're having their first kid, they had a baby shower. It was like an 80s baby shower, and I was like Flavor Flav. I think got a clock, like a Kangol on and shit. Or maybe it was 90s. I don't remember, but that's what I was wearing. And so the next morning, it was like parents drinking, smoking weed, like all kind of shit. It wasn't your average baby shower film crew. And the next morning, I woke up and took a shit, and it was the reddest. Like it was a disaster. And I called my mom, and my mom was like, "I don't drink anymore. I'll drink here and there, but back in my day, I used to get a little wild. My mom always used to tell me, after a couple times going to jail, other things that you're gonna fucking kill yourself, keep drinking, and acting like an idiot. And she'd get on my case as she should. So I called her and I was like, "Fuck, I think I did it. Like I fucked my life up. Like I'm fucked. Like I'm bleeding. Like I what are you talking about?" And I'm like, it's like so red. Like I just like I'm like I was freaking out. And I was
I'm laughing because I've been there where you're just looking at me, you're like, no.
It was bad. It was bad. So my friend Jamie, is John and Jamie, the couple. My mom calls her and they're friends, and my mom calls me back and like the three-way call me and they're laughing. I'm like, you guys think this is fucking funny? And she's like, well, you passed out. She's like, you smoked a blunt with Cliff, and then you passed out on the lounge chair by the pool, and then you woke up at like 5 a.m, and I was making coffee, and you ran in to the house and grabbed a whole tray of red velvet cupcakes and went, ha ha, and you ran out the door. And, yeah, exactly. And then I yelled at you to give them back, and you just started pounding them and just eating them despite me.
No.
And then you went home and passed out. And
took a giant red velvet turd.
You don't remember that part because you're an idiot, you're an asshole, you're drunk, stoned, and that's what you get.
I like the haha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Went to a 60s cartoon.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably. Yeah. I was like, yeah,
You twist your
fictional
mustache.
mustache. But I did not taste red velvet when I was shitting those out, and I don't think I would taste it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't work that way. We might have like. I hope that the design of the human body is to eliminate the taste of shit. Like that's the one thing you shouldn't have. Flavor. Could you imagine? Every time you took a shit, you're like, oh God, it tastes like crap.
How much are you willing to bet on this thing? Like get what an end of a bag and like the flavor. I bet you
turn it into an ice cube. Just like
You got to melt it in there.
a good size ice cube. I don't know
Why? That's long, dude. Yeah. Wind it down for us, dude. Bring it down to one size. I'm fucking scared. Like, you're like holding up a fucking natural light can in a brown paper bag.
Why is it natural light? You just have to make it even whiter. Like I've said whitest thing I've ever said out loud.
It looked violent, dude. Like, oh, that's not an ice cube.
Yeah, why was the ice cube like this?
Yeah, make sure you get something in there, bro. You gotta get that all that flavor.
You know, like a fucking fudgesicle.
Yeah, that's like that. Why is it gotta be cold?
Oh yeah, what's ass freeze feel like?
Oh man,
It
I'm.
melts. It starts.
You don't have taste buds in your butthole, so how can you taste something?
I mean,
Well, you don't have taste buds in your arm, but when they give you a shot, you taste it.
I don't remember ever.
All the time, man. I've had a lot of surgeries and stupid scans and shit. And every time they want to do something like that, you taste it immediately.
I don't remember.
It's like a metallic, weird flavoring, depending on what it is.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out somebody that's willing to test this,
Well, I mean, you get ass tattoos for fun. So
and I haven't got it yet. I will.
you hear about this? Oh yeah, this is a great story. This is a detention episode, by the way.
It was, typical like film crew, quarantine, Hot Wheels races, ass tattoo kind of scenario.
No, none of those words went together. Is this a mad lib?
I've been using a map before now.
Got a flow chart.
There's a show called Street Outlaws that I worked on for a long time. Street racing show. And during quarantine, they sent 100 of us to the middle of Wyoming to film the show. And we were in one hotel, and there's probably like 90 dudes, 10 girls, maybe less, so not very many voices of reason as the women normally are.
Always are.
And on the show, it's real street
Unless they're
races.
taking flip flops off.
It's true.
That's a definitive sign that the woman is not in for any other smart things. If the flip flops are going into the hands, there's a fight coming.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say.
Oh, the hoops
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Hip hop or hip hop.
Hip hop.
I said hip flops. I like that you brought the hand out.
Oh.
Everybody. I had hoops. In high school, I had like the small, 90s hoops, like the Beverly Hills 90210.
I had a couple of hoops. Yeah, I had the diamonds.
Oh, no. You had the stig knobs?
I had the big fake zircons from Piercing Pagoda.
Man, so- Piercing Pagoda. I think that's where I got my first earring.
Yeah.
In the mall.
Yeah. Where else did you get it? There used to be malls. Like in Cleveland now, there is no malls. But when I was a kid, there was malls.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
Back to the school. Safety.
Oh, and the second one was that way. It was in the Army. This dude Zillich. He used to work
yeah,
at like a, he worked at like a Pearson place, or at least he told me. He believed anything back then. So cool. He just it's cool, dude. I remember he busted out an ice cube and a potato and a needle. And I was like, all right. And
What's the potato?
I guess to give it a backing to hit into so you're not like looking sideways or something. I don't know.
Oh, so because
I was drunk, so it's not like I was in my right mind. I was letting a dude that looked like he was in punk hardcore cram a needle through my ear. All decisions were fucking not sane at that point.
Fair enough.
yeah. Nah, I wouldn't. Well, I had
Yeah,
that
you
age, I
would
probably-
have. Everybody would do something stupid like that at the right moment.
Yeah, we just didn't.
Put a girl in the room and you'll do anything at that age.
Yeah. We just went to the mall and it was like $12. And you have to shitty earring. But yeah, I haven't had them pierced in
They
30
haven't done
years,
anything
but
for me, I can tell you that.
I definitely if I got like.
You think so?
I think so. I just have that kind of face. I'm soft spoken.
You are like walking Zoloft, dude.
Yeah.
You're super chill.
yeah, you gotta
I like that though. You
get
don't want an
old-timey
angry
radio.
slap.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'd rather have the angry guy is compensating for fear. Right? If you've got to hype yourself and fucking like smack yourself in the face and do all that shit, then you're not there.
Yeah, you know.
You're already at a deficit. And the guy looking across you, if he's like picking his teeth,
Oh yeah.
and checking his
I think the
phone
craziest looking
before you get
guys.
slapped,
Yeah,
you're fucking like, no, I should do that to somebody. You should check it. Check your text and pick your teeth, hold your camera, like smile at the camera.
Yeah, it's a crazy sport that you can actually do that. But
Oh yeah,
I mean, you got 30 seconds.
I really think Power Slap is missing the mark without gimmicking a bit and allowing people to be themselves walking
Yeah, no.
in. Flair.
I really want them to start adding that. That'd be great.
Cam Awesome brought up some great points about that. He's an Olympic boxer when he was on, and his dream was to just be a ring announcer. He would go in his boxing matches wearing like tutus and shit and jumping.
yeah,
Oh, that's great.
Giant dude with dreads.
That's comedic.
he's an Olympic
I
boxer.
bet he hunts Pokemon. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, probably.
Bro, you need to get on the same team. I can train
That's not words I understand.
Did you say a what?
Lugia.
Isn't that like when you spit? Like
Yeah, that's like what I used to do to my brother. Like,
Oh, it's
suck
loony.
it back up over him.
a little weird.
You
Oh.
never do that? The stringer
Yeah.
where you hold somebody down and you like spit and suck it back up, spit, suck
No.
it back up.
we
You just do it. Just hit him right square in the eye. No torture.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's how you get shot.
Yeah. See, I feel like that's why is it more disrespectful to just take it once?
I don't know.
I feel like the bully is like a situation, but the guy that walks up and just plants one right in your left eye, that's bold.
I mean, I don't know. I've never actually seen a real life bully. Like,
You haven't?
no, I've never had.
Well, I'll tell you what's funny. We have my buddy Tyler's coming on later today, and we were talking about bullying yesterday, and he bullied this kid so bad that he moved from Florida when they were like 4th grade, and I found the kid. I found the guy. He lives in Missouri now, and we're going to call him, and he's going to apologize.
That's cool.
That's wholesome.
That's awesome. I like that.
That's pretty funny. He punched the kid in the nose one time, broke his nose, kid never came back to school, and I found the guy. And his name's Gary. That's the reason that he brought it up. So I only ever knew one Gary, and I punched him in the nose, and then he disappeared.
And today he's coming, and this is Gary.
Yep. So
He's going to apologize to Gary lifetime.
oh, back to the ass tat story before I forget. So it's street outlaws. They're real street races, but on a controlled environment. Shut the road down, and they gamble tens of thousands of dollars. And we watch it every day. I like to gamble, but we got to film it. We're not allowed to gamble. And so we're like, fuck, we're going to be stuck in this town in Wyoming for months, like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
And it sucked, but it was either that or just don't get paid because everything else was shut down. So one of the guys came up with the idea to build a Hot Wheels track in the back of the hotel. Like, big, like, long track.
Because that's what normal people do.
So
Definitely.
we decided to get, there's nothing else to do. Bars and restaurants were closed in the town. We just literally had this hotel, and that was it. And so this is great because of the guest that's coming on next too. This is going to be a good.
This is a great
So
prequel.
So his name is Tyler. So we started gambling, and like I called engineers from Mattel. Like we did research. We were buying cars on eBay. We bought every car. I mean, this is like thousands of dollars getting bent, and we just like, and we bought every car, like killing it. So I had Black Jesus was my car, never lost. The Everlast song Black Jesus came on while we were driving back from Walmart, and the girl from the South was like, "You got to name that car Black Jesus now," and she said in that like Southern accent. And I was like, okay, it's Black Jesus. I'm like, you're black and you're Southern Baptist. You can't give me permission to call it back.
You got vouched for it.
Yeah.
Like, he's got the whole.
Yeah.
I have my card.
Yep.
What Black Jesus?
Yep. So like it's Black Jesus. So I won everything. Never
Black
lost.
Jesus.
Weeks.
Black Jesus.
Yeah. Weeks and weeks and
The
weeks. of
original.
this. I was up maybe $1,700-$1,800, maybe more. And I lost money like gambling on other people, but never lost on that one. So we get to the finals. It's like almost, show's almost over. So everybody's out there. All the girls thought we were so stupid, and then they play like one time, and then they got hooked, and they're like buying.
It's like
cars, too.
impressing somebody with hot wings.
Yeah,
Watch me
but
do
it
this.
was a lot of fun, and especially because there's nothing else to do, and so we're going. It's like the big tournament at the end, and I'm just smoking everybody. It's a big tournament. I'll show you guys some video. I'm smoking everybody, and there's a sound guy named Scotty, and he pulls out this cop car, a French fucking cop car.
Oh man, the worst.
Yeah, and I'm
Like it has an accent on the siren that's
Yeah.
not strong.
it's got that stupid. Yeah,
Whatever the
So-
fuck it is.
Yeah. So I'm like, there's no way that thing's gonna win.
Yes.
So he's like pretty tatted up, and I got a couple tattoos, but not a lot. And he's like, let's bet $700, and then the loser's got to get the winner's tattoo on their ass. I guess let's do it. I got fucking smoked by the cops. Black Jesus gets taken out by the
cops.
fucking police.
God, irony. And French cops, like
French,
that's like,
yeah, the worst. They
I
don't even
feel
have,
like they're hitting you with a baguette.
yeah, they don't even have guns.
This is the number one French
Yeah.
podcast. We love all French people.
Yeah. So I still have to get that tattoo.
Halfway through,
I prepaid this porn star tattoo artist in Cleveland in Vegas to give it to me, and our schedules have not lined up since.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Convenient.
When
line.
Yeah.
He's got to get not just a cop car in his ass, but a French cop car
Yeah.
in his ass.
Yeah, and
This shit said lay cop car.
yeah, it's lame. Cop. Yeah.
Lay popo.
Lame. So my friend Tyler that's coming in next, he was there. He's a camera guy on the show. So I was pretty pissed off. You know, it's the end of the night, and the camera guy starts slugging Jameson and having foot races. So I'm like, it's time for the Irish goodbye. So I just dipped out. Well, I get a phone call.
It took me a while to get that one too. I didn't understand what that meant. He had to explain it to me.
The Irish goodbye is just when you just disappear. Like your friend, you don't say bye to nobody. Like you just gone.
Usually that's when you find a girl at that age.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like,
or you're face down.
I'm from Cleveland. There's two kinds of white people, Irish and Italian, and the Irish people just tend to disappear, I guess. I don't know. That's what they told me. And then there's the Irish waterfall. That's the next morning when you're shitting, and then
Why is it Irish?
because you're shitting and puking at the same time. And
Why is this Irish?
yeah, that's the fun. It's when you're
Are you bent over like a year?
no, you're taking a shit, and then you got to like try to puke in that little spot, like right here, and try to get.
Oh, down your dip again?
Yeah, I mean, there's no. I mean, the other way is to puke on the toilet. Well, you might not have one, and the other option is to go the other way, and you're just shitting on the floor and puking in the toilet, and that's not good.
Oh, man. Why'd you get in the bathtub?
You might not have one available. I don't know.
Man, you get a 7-Eleven?
I don't do this. I'm Italian. We don't do that. Okay, it's an Irish thing, apparently. Yeah.
By the way, I hope that Wayne hears this because he's like hardcore Irish. We're going to Florida Man on Florida Man tomorrow night.
That's a different kind of party.
You got to bring those up now, right? Dude, they're hysterical. They talk about all of the happenings in Florida and the different stories. Even the lore and stuff like that. Because, you know, Florida's got some weird ass shit in the history books.
Everything.
Skunk apes and fucking monkeys on islands and other weird shit. Meth heads on every corners with ninja stars and shit.
Florida is the state where you hear a story about Florida and you just, it's Florida. Like,
Oh, yeah, you can lie.
You know it's
completely fucking bold-faced lie to people. And they'd be like, oh, it's Florida. What do you expect, brother?
Oh, my God, dude. It's because they're always baking. There's no winter here.
Oh, yeah.
There's no downtime. We need like a grizzly hibernation like normal people.
Yeah, no, it's all the heat and the meth just mixing together in the swamps.
like gators.
They,
Yeah.
right? I honestly, my thought process behind it was it's a shit ton of people that don't deserve it yet. If you're moving away from where you came from because you hate who you are or what you are or where you're at, don't bring that here until you figure out your fucking problems because they ain't going away. You just brought them here. You just brought your stink face from New Jersey to Florida, and we're all tired of you. Fucking go back, meditate, and then come. No.
Everyone in this state's got like a tie to like New York or New Jersey. It's like it might not be them, but it was like their grandpa or uncle or mom, somebody.
Wife is from Jersey, parents from Italy and Colombia. They're both immigrants.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like you got a cousin or somebody in New York, I guarantee it.
Oh, my entire family's like,
there.
on my mother's side, like pretty much all my family's from Jersey, New York.
Yes, he.
And my biological father, his family lives in New York as well.
Yeah, it's like my family went to Las Vegas, and everyone is like, you have two choices. Like when you're like Italian and you want to not be cold anymore, Vegas or Florida.
yeah, those are the destinations.
That is, it would be California for me. I love Cali.
Dude, North Cali.
But like, yeah.
You just gotta give them like half your money.
Down there, though. So, 'cause I grew up on Camp Palace, military base. So we was right off the coast. Perfect weather all the time. Now I live in this hot ass state. It's 100 and something degrees. I'm walking outside wet, just moist.
Day over. Day is over. You got to start over just trying to open your car door. Like, fuck.
Yeah, and people talk about Vegas, and hot is hot. When it's 115, it's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
But that humidity, it's so much worse.
Eat your air.
Yeah, like you're over here like trying to drink up the air because you're so hydrated.
Yeah, it is. The humidity sucks. Like at least in Vegas, you're hot, but you don't got swamp ass 24/7.
Swamp ass sucks. Dude.
It's Everglade ass.
It's a real thing.
Oh yeah, I'm about to get that diaper that.
Oh yeah, man, you gotta get dude wipes.
Well, hey man, you know that I am all about the fucking never using TP. I think toilet paper is disgusting. I think we're evolved. I think we've gone far enough to know that paper does not solve the poop problem. Because if it was on your arm or your fucking finger or whatever, it's like a 5-alarm fire, you're running to the sink, you're scrubbing down. But for some reason, it's okay to just smear it around back there with some dry paper and call it a day. Go back to work, do all these. No, you need wipes, a shower. There's an order of operations here. It is shower, bidet, wipes, spit on your own toilet paper.
They call it. That's the Alabama wet wipe.
I am not papering my ass.
See, you forgot a couple more.
Well, I'm sure there's more in
Because, I work out in a moving company. You don't forget to get your toilet paper all the time. You got wet sock,
Oh,
wet paper towel,
yes, that's in there.
dry paper towel.
Yeah.
They're two completely
Dude, they are. Less likely to get a finger in poop.
bare.
Paper towel has a little more strength. You can get a little aggressive with a paper towel. You can't with a wipe. Otherwise, it'll look like you're wearing that bitch like a donut.
Yeah. And that shitty sock puppet is
Oh man, your sock puppet has a dirty Sanchez.
yeah, you gotta just never see that sock again. Don't even think about that. Yeah,
Oh no, you throw that away, right? You don't watch that.
forever.
That was that, bro.
Oh, speak-
My whole brand socks.
I got so many things to talk about. So I'll finish this one. So Irish Goodbye, they're drinking Jameson. Tyler, who's going to come on to the show, he lost the race, but he couldn't stop. And there's a curb.
No.
And then there's a very large hill that goes down.
Oh.
And
And
it's
there's Jameson.
grassy hill.
He's fine.
Yeah. So we're like a lot of animal lovers on the crew. So like about 40 people brought their dogs. And first week we're like, hey, like, could guys
Oh.
you have dog bags and shit. And they're like, no, that's not even our property. Like, no one cares. So it rained the day before too. Well, he comes back up the hill with 2 broken arms, badly broken, like lots of stitches and just covered in poop.
Number one thing to keep out of your cuts. I feel like that's like the worst possible item on the list of things to rub in your cut. No shit.
Yeah. So above my toilet at my house, it's a picture of him in the hospital bed with 2 broken arms. It said,
Give it a
it
touchdown.
just says could be worse.
Could be worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be worse.
Bro, I'd be so afraid. The only one worse is I remember in high school, I think there was a guy that got bullied, that got pushed over in schools always have construction going on for some reason. Always. Like there's no situation where there's
Not in Cleveland. They just let it fucking fall
let it
apart.
die. Well, no, I mean they just basically put all the kids in portables. Like that's what it is. Leave it to Florida to move you to a trailer at school too.
Yeah.
But these portables had porta potties, and this dude went into the porta potty, and he was a bully. And what's the best thing to do to a porta potty with a bully? Push that bitch over. And which way do you push it?
Yeah.
On the door.
Yeah. Push forwards
Onto
so
the
they
door.
can't get out.
Can't get out. My dude was screaming in there, covered in that.
I gotta kill you though. That's the thing. Like,
But you don't know who pushed it.
I start killing one by one. Somebody's
Everybody dies.
I off the first person, someone snitched. Garrett.
Coming out blue.
Number 2 is telling immediately. You kill
You're-
one. You kill one person. The second guy. You come
Oh, I thought you meant you were gonna tell. I was
No,
like,
no.
that was the least manly thing. I'm telling.
Oh, I'm not telling.
It's not.
I'm not telling on nobody. But the number 2 person you're about to kill is gonna tell.
Like the bully just went all fucking. I'm not.
No, yeah, someone's telling.
That's what I'm doing. You push shit over on me, I'm probably gonna cry like a kid at that
Oh
point.
no, that's.
I'm gonna be like,
I have a breaking point where I know I will start committing murder.
That's murder.
Legitimately, that's on there.
Yeah,
That's me going out my way.
yeah.
Bodies.
yeah. That's.
But
that's,
there will be a moment in time, probably the next day, where you just sit down and cry.
Yeah.
Just you were in a fucking shitter,
I'm like that night.
yeah.
like Dumb and Dumber. I know Ace Ventura
Yeah.
when he's in the shower spraying himself.
That's gonna make me want to kill you even more if I catch myself crying like that.
Yeah. Oh, no, worst thing ever is a crying angry person
Oh yeah.
in a fight. Like that here is that's a wild card.
Bro, honestly,
He's not even got to be strong, but he's got fury fists that are swinging from like starting behind him all the way around.
Coming out of nowhere.
Tears just flying.
Basically me in high school.
That was my brother chasing me.
Like I get mad as hell. I just tears falling down my face, just going at him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's the worst, man.
It's like pure emotion. Like,
You should do that right before a power slap. Just come out crying.
I'm so sorry for what Mug's doing.
Oh, bring out a violin and have it play next to you.
yes, we got to definitely talk a little bit more about this.
Dude, come out with a tablecloth. Put it on the power slap thing with a little rose. And then pick up a triangle like it's dinner time. And they'll ring your bell. Dinner's, it's time for dinner.
Dinner's.
People are going to want to know this. How did you get into this?
I was watching Moist Critical on YouTube.
You were watching what?
Moist Critical, Penguin Zero.
I thought you said something porn.
No.
I think you said moist credit porn. I was like, what is moist credit porn? I was like, he just led you to slapping.
Moist? I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, he's like a very big YouTuber right now, and I saw his videos. They had a league in Russia or Poland, some European country. They had a league over there that was
Nothing to do there.
Yeah, and then they started a league over here. Saw a couple of their videos. I was like, yeah, let's slap some.
No.
That looks like fun. That looks like fun. I could do that. My wife finally convinced me. This girlfriend at the time, she was like, "Go do it. Like you've been talking about it. Just go do it. Why not? Try it out." So I messaged them, got contact with everybody, and they're like, "Sure, we'd love to have you on." And put me up against Frank the Tank. There's like 14 fights at the time.
And he's a 40-year-old man, probably. You're like, what, 17?
Like, I was
18?
18, I think, just about 19 or just had 19.
See, this is why after a certain age as a man, don't put yourself out there anymore, dude. Like, you know that there's a point in time in your life when you know you're stronger than the generation above you, right? You just know that at some point, it just happens.
It's going to happen to me soon. Right?
And I'm like,
those dudes above
I
me are
feel
like
like
90.
that's the point where you should know what you say.
When they get to 90, a generation above me, I'm stronger than them.
Oh, that's when you go back at them.
I'm trying to get
I push down senior citizens. Like, I'm like, you hurt somebody growing up.
I live in Sun City.
Oh, yeah. That sounds like.
That just sounds old.
Oh, Sun City is like literally just a city for retirement. They literally have specific like sidewalks for golf carts. Yeah.
You're out by Ruskin.
Yeah.
Oh. Speaking of Ruskin, I was there one time.
Yeah, it's
not much to do.
No, but people don't realize. I described Florida before. Florida is all coastline, and the middle is Alabama with a mouse.
Yeah,
that's all it is, dude. It's nothing else.
Yeah, unless you go into the coast, don't come.
Right? Yeah, no, and don't be black either driving through that area.
Oh yeah,
it's so racist and old school.
Right, it's so bad. My family don't believe me when I tell them all the racist shit that I've had to experience.
Dude, Florida is like
they get bad sometimes.
It's like a house of mirrors, dude, or like some kind of like I couldn't imagine walking through being a black man through like 7-Eleven in like Melbourne.
Nah, not even that. Go to like think of like the whitest gated community.
Oh,
right.
We give to charity.
Because my grandmother bought a house there when they were first building it. So we had moved in recently. And just walking through that place, there's things you hear just like, damn, you to my face? Just like right now? Like I just
man, I wish like you could just give people that slap when they did that. Just watch them just go down. Just bam.
You should hand them a card after they say it. With your like position and what you do, professional power slapper. Like I feel like that would eliminate a lot of problems in life if you were to get, fall out of your mouth and act like an asshole or something like that. If the repercussion was a lifetime slap, I think
you get like one a year. Like you're allowed to slap one person a year.
Like, honestly, I'm the type of person that really truly believes that some people deserve to get punched.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Everybody. I don't advocate violence, but There's a moment in time where that is the mechanism that stops the situation.
Exactly.
Right?
Once we took that out of the equation, like people
started talking a lot of shit.
yeah, they can say anything they want now. Anything.
Oh, but there's nothing better than seeing someone that is in that raging moment where someone's just like, you know what? I'm going to cut off the societal fucking norm here and I'm just going to pop you in the mouth. You're like, Karen, take one. And like, just dude, it's the floor. And like, I told you not to say that. And they're like,
Yeah.
like, yes.
You were trying to say something to get me to hit you. You just kept elevating the things you were saying until I have to
I
hit you.
love that though. I mean, it's bad. I shouldn't advocate that, but there are times where it's just like,
Yeah, I'm not a violent person. I don't think violence should be a thing that we have to resort to. But people are stupid.
I 100% think that you have to, like, sometimes you got to speak somebody's language for them to understand you.
bullies.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bullies here in this state. They drive bullyish, they act bullyish, they are just always bullying. And that is honestly one of my number one triggers. Like if I'm in 7-Eleven and I see somebody dicking the foreign person working at the cash register, I get my wife grabs, see? And that's my problem.
I do all the time.
I don't care about anybody else. It's the bully.
Yeah, I care about that dude.
That dude.
That's what the man trying to just make a living.
Yeah.
Like, no, fuck out of here.
Yeah, I almost went to jail in Mexico. I was
Wait, that's a Willie Nelson song.
Oh, yeah.
That's a Willie Nelson
I
song.
was-
I almost went to jail.
I go to Mexico a lot, and I use like my miles, and I don't remember exactly why, but I got a free stay at this all inclusive in Cancun. I hate those places, and so I'm sitting there, and it's my first night there, and I was there by myself, and there's like a bunch of white people there, and there's like a 48 to 50 something year old, like pretty big, like looked like a Carhartt millionaire type dude, like construction worker guy, older. His wife,
Tommy Bahama.
yeah, definitely wore a Tommy Bahama shirt. And they're sitting there and they're just talking about, it was right after Trump got elected. And they're just talking all this Trump shit the whole time. And he's telling his friend, like, I've been coming here for 10 years. It's like, you get burgers here, you get pizza, you don't have to just eat tacos. I'm like, just go to Florida. What the fuck are you even doing here? And I'm just like getting more and more aggravated. I already didn't want to be there. And before he got there, I've been talking to the bartender. And he had been on a waiting list for 9 years to get that job. He's talking about like how, the jobs in the resorts are, he was from a town. Yeah, he drove an hour to work every day and his kids. And, he's finally got the job and he worked his way up, and making, good money for there, So the guy starts telling him like, this bar, it's like the wall, it's like you could stay on your side, we could stay on our side, work, and we stay over here. You don't have to be over here. Now, like, I'm like,
Yeah, that
listening.
I would.
And I was like, hey man, like, dude's just trying to work. Like, you can like chill out, And then he's just like, nah. He's like, I don't understand why everyone's got like, why do they have to, And he's like, starts getting more, And I was like, dude, I'm gonna like just chill, man. He said, what are you gonna do about it? I'm like, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you. And this is way before power slam. He's like, I bet you won't. And I backhanded him as hard as
Oh hell yeah, dude! Wow.
and he stood up and was about to hit me, and he walked and told on me. And he was for people,
That is a bully town.
Yeah,
We're
for
back
peop-
to the same thing.
for people that can't tell by how this looks here, I'm about 5'4" with the Jordans on. And this guy was probably 6 feet tall. He would probably whip my ass. So cops fucking come, and they were not as cool as they should have been. But they basically said like, you could leave right now and that'd be cool. So this is Cancun. So I called Kelvin, who's been on the show, UFC fighter. And I know he always goes to Mexico to train. And he said, Playa del Carmen's where I usually go. It's like an hour away. He's like, I got homies there. Like, they'll take care of you. Just call them. So I did, went there. And I've been going there ever since. And it's much more my speed. But like,
Jeez. So we'll say you got arrested.
yeah,
Dude, arrested in Mexico is not good.
nah.
No.
Like, at least it's like Cancun. I feel like it's probably not the worst. It's probably just a bunch of tourists in there all the time. Anyway, it would suck.
Oh no, man. That means the dude that's in there knows that you're prey. The
Yeah,
one that's not the tourist.
yeah, it's true. But like, I just lost my cool for a second. This guy just wouldn't stop. I'm like, just leave the fucking guy alone.
That would piss me off. I 100% would have done the same thing.
Yeah, I was drinking, so
Oh,
I was dealing with it, and the tolerance just, every one of them free fucking shitty well rums or whatever they give you at the all inclusive, we just
all inclusive resorts So I grew up really poor, had no idea what vacations were. I made the Carnival Cruise Line mistake and, the all-inclusive that he's describing. Like, you save all of your life to finally get a vacation where you're going with your wife somewhere and it says all-inclusive and you don't know shit about what the stuff is. It's a fucking cafeteria in a third world country.
Jeez.
It's like the worst food that you could possibly imagine. Like, imagine like going to the high school cafeteria, the spaghetti noodles that you get there or what you get there. It's like nacho bar, like fucking, it's just, but it's
the
not
nacho
like
bar's
good
like the 24.
nachos.
Yeah, it's crappy. And like, there's 3 good restaurants, but you gotta make the reservation like 4 or 5 days in advance, or you have to eat at the buffet where everyone else eats, and it's fucking like,
Sneeze it into the fucking,
yeah, it's like the shittiest like Las Vegas buffet, and like,
Yeah, not even Golden Corral.
Yeah.
Going to like some random time.
yeah, it's not even Golden Corral. It is less than Golden Corral. It's like the Sizzler buffet used to be, but like at the end of the night.
It's worse than Golden Corral.
Yeah, that shit ain't even Ponderosa.
I hate Golden Corral. My granddad used to take us there after church.
So bad.
It's so bad. I went to the buffet. I had one of the most scarring moments in food history there. And I was going around the buffet and some asshole put what looked like mozzarella sticks right next to like the spaghetti sauce and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
It all went together. And they looked fat and like, bro, I was like, oh man, mozzarella sticks? Fuck yeah. Load the plate up, run back over the table, put my marinara sauce on there, get that bitch in there, took a big old bite. It was a fucking yam.
Oh, that's not that bad though.
That's horrible.
How is
the plate?
The mozzarella stick was a fucking yam.
Yeah, I was thinking something was gonna be way worse, like a gross like
A
fish
finger?
stick or something.
Yeah, I
Maybe
thought you were saying
No.
finger, or you saw like body.
It
part.
was
No,
just a
yam.
it was just a
I'm
sweet
sorry,
potato.
No, yuck, dude. Yuck. It was a fried yam.
Yeah, I mean that's probably good. Like
Probably
the
good.
shock of it not being what you thought was
That
bad,
was the problem.
but but it wasn't like
Yeah, you haven't bit into a yam pizza yet, then.
no,
Like, or
that's
something just not what it's supposed to be.
No, I have not.
Bad, but
Same thing, dude. Sauce and potato. It was weird.
no, that's.
The Golden Corral is gross.
I've literally seen a cockroach leave the plate, like come from underneath the like where they keep all the food and stuff, and then come up and then bent like go into a plate that was just sitting on the
Just
table.
hanging out.
And the server just walked over, killed it real quick, put it on the plate, and then took it to the back. I was like, no,
You
where did
look like you used the shoe when you did that. Did he use the shoe?
Oh no,
Just went like this.
No, it's even
That was
worse.
classic. Like, I was like, the waiter pull up his shoe.
Nah, it's
You know, it's right there. Oh,
it's like the Wendy's, like the
like it was a Tuesday.
yeah,
It's a Tuesday.
yeah. If they don't freak the fuck out, they're too comfortable with that scenario. They're like, oh, just kill it and move. We just throw these.
Oh,
things.
you don't want to know what goes on in a restaurant.
Nope. Don't even want to talk about it.
Oh, I used to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Nah.
Don't order your shit special. Don't be an asshole. Don't just fucking go in there.
Every time.
Oh, you got to be extra nice.
High five.
I'll tip extra just so they know when I come back, don't fuck with my food.
Yeah.
No.
Like, man, I
Getting fucking floor burgers, pube sandwiches.
I don't understand the mentality of a person that could be shitty to the person that's about to be alone with their food before that they eat it. Like, I don't.
Like, you trust societal fucking rules too much.
No, there's no. That's like some sheltered ass people that never
Was that movie you had me watch recently?
waiting.
Waiting?
I watched that movie recently.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like that.
That's
brought me
real.
back.
That's real shit
I
though.
worked at Captain D's. I told you this story before back in the day. Captain D's.
That's like Arthur
Long
Street
John
Shirt's but worse.
Silver's retarded cousin.
Yeah.
Like, or that's not
Yeah,
horrible.
what?
It's like it's his meth-headed cousin is Captain D's, right? That's Long
He wasn't
John
born
Silver's.
retarded. He made himself.
Yeah, he smoked himself into it. At any rate, we had this dude that worked there. So fast food. There's 2 workers there. There's kids, and then there's the people that
Yeah.
have to work there.
Dad being in prison.
The full, like the adults that just
That's it.
gotta work there.
Yeah.
The kids that are just working part.
So, and normally those people work the mornings and shit like that, or they're the prep people, right?
Yeah.
And I had one Saturday where I had to go in. The dude that worked there, he looked like Danny Trejo. I don't know how else to explain it. He just looked like Danny Trejo. right?
That's
He
called
was tatted up.
That's the prison look.
He was tatted up. He had fucking tats on the hands, tats on the neck. This was the 90s, right? This dude was just angry. He never said nothing. He was just always doing his shit. And I never talked to him either. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a 16-year-old kid. This guy's going to break my neck, right? And I remember walking in and I was like, he was making coleslaw. And coleslaw is just like, basically they dump a bag of shredded shit into a canister of fucking mayo. It's something like that. And then they put on a fucking plastic glove and they sit there and stir it, until it's all whatever. No, this dude got a plastic glove on.
Yeah, even the glove, it doesn't make it better.
Doesn't for me either. However, that was the least of the problems because in his mouth was a fucking cigarette with like an inch of solid unflicked ash. Just manly hanging there. Like his eye wasn't red. He wasn't hurt from holding it in there. He was just doing his thing. And I'm like,
it was just hanging on my brother.
And I know that he felt me staring from the corner of the room on trying to fry fish, like just eyeing this ass.
He's just waiting for it. No.
I promise to God, I heard it. It was so he just moved his hand through and I heard, and I was like, I've never eaten coleslaw again. I still haven't.
Yeah, coleslaw is disgusting.
Yeah,
it's main ingredients, mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Not that kind of white person.
You mix too many things together at once. There's way too many opportunities for other shit.
Go wrong.
Why you don't eat casseroles at the fucking potluck? You don't touch any of. I don't eat people's potlucks.
Oh no, my mom ruined that for me such early on. Like she was like, "You ever been in their kitchen before?"
There you go.
Yeah. I'm like,
they got birds on the counter. They're just flapping their dander all over your fucking noodle caboodle. Like,
yeah, you've been in their house, right? Fuck, I have, and it's
cat hair surprise.
Oh yeah, I'm like no, yeah,
dude.
I almost got stabbed at fast food place.
No shit.
Bro, I've had a lot of.
My dad took down a burglar at a Popeyes restaurant when he used to be the manager there. Dude tried to rob the place, and my dad just fucking jumped on him, put him in a fucking choke, and held him there till the cops got there.
Damn. Yeah, I never do nothing fun like that.
Were you working when you almost got stabbed?
I was just, dude was threatening to stab me for no fucking reason. Like, pulled out his knife and everything.
Why?
I don't know. I was just sitting there trying to make fucking like, because I was in a Chick-fil-A. And I was trying to make these,
bigots.
Oh, what the fuck are they called? I forget.
Nuggets?
It was the nuggets, but they have a little breading around them.
Like
the tenders or the sandwich. There's
the breakfast ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The spicy chicken biscuit. Put a little honey on it.
Yeah.
It's the shit.
Yeah. I was over there just making them, doing work. I'm struggling because I had just started. No one taught me how to do anything. So I'm over here just like
smashing shit.
God damn it. Send it. And this dude just is like, man, you going slow. Man, fuck this dude. And then girl says to me like, you need to calm down before you come in this bitch and stand your ass. You don't know what he about. And I'm over here like, bro, I'm just trying to work. Tired of these motherfuckers. And then he's like, man, I worry about him. I got a knife right here in my pocket right now. He could get this anytime. I'm like, bro.
Like, I didn't even say anything.
Why are you threatening to poke me in my side meat? We're just doing sandwiches here.
I'm over here minding my own business. And you over here.
Can we just keep this to a slack?
Yeah.
I love the fact that you worked at Popeyes and he worked at Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah, that is kind of oxymoron. Or like,
I guess you were in the front. I was in the back.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say that.
They get me in the back of the house.
Oh yeah, you mean like they do in Florida restaurants, where one side of the restaurant is seated black, the other side is seated white?
They don't do that, do they?
Oh, dude.
Oh, if you're black, they put you in the back.
Oh yeah, dude. Black people are loud. That's what they say. You can't put a black table next to a redneck table in Florida. It would result in some kind of fucking.
Unless they already knew each other. They already knew it. Like they're cool. If there's a gap, then the black people gonna get the rednecks. Get a little hyped up. Then you gonna have a whole different issue.
Yeah,
Because that's me and my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law's redneck as hell. and I am who I am, we start hanging out and drinking together, whole lot of issues start. We start getting active.
Yeah.
You start going out, one douche. Like, our girls are over here, like, all right, it's time to go in. It's 2 a.m. It's like,
Oh yeah.
we try to hang out.
I got yelled at for trying to put my buddy who was a CPA into a rear naked choke at 3 a.m. on New Year's because we were drinking moonshine. That we shouldn't have been. I'm not even that
you
person.
shouldn't have ever been. Like, it's not a thing
No,
that should be.
somebody brought it, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
Why is that still a thing? Like, you just buy liquor. Like,
see, I said that too.
Yeah.
Like,
I
I
don't need 100 fucking 50 proof anything.
No. See, if I could light it on fire, it's too strong.
Yeah, it's like how
I
drunk do
did
you
that back
get?
in the day. It never fucking worked out well.
Yeah.
Oh, man, how drunk do you need to be? Like, if regular like Jack Daniels or something ain't doing it, and
You
got-
think that we're doing it because we want to get drunk and not fucking forget about our life?
yeah, but
That's the
you
reality.
don't need that much to do that.
See, the only logical way I used to put it is the stronger the alcohol, the less I'm going to need to drink.
Yeah,
I thought that too, but for
So-
some reason,
But
I
it
just
doesn't
kept
work out like
nah, because once you get to the point of no return, you're just
Yeah, I say like the shot number 4. You stop.
shot number 4 is a very, very pivoting point.
Oh, trust me, as an alcoholic, practicing, of course.
No, I smoke weed. That's all I need. I never fucking find anything but a bag of Doritos. Like,
two drinks is like
I
the
never
high.
had to chew my arm off after a night at the club.
Two
that
shots
one-
is the sweet spot. I'm good at bowling. I'm good at hitting on girls. I'm good at playing pool. Like, the inhibitions are down a little bit. You're a little loose, but you're not like but you hit number 4, and it's like it's downhill. That's over the hump.
No,
4
for
is
me, 4 shots. That's just to get the party started. We going. We're doing something. After
It's coming,
when
dude.
I start drinking, I just
It's coming, dude.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a
Yeah.
day when the hangover outweighs the fucking drinking. When it's like day 3 and you're still trying to get rid of that.
Yeah.
3 days?
Oh yeah, it'll stick with you.
If I get drunk right now,
Oh yeah.
I'm dog shit for one whole day. Terrible. Feel like just the worst. Like, want to puke, lay in bed. Second day, I'm just like tired, like body aches. Third day, I'm still like, God damn. And then I'll be like,
Bro, it just happens. There ain't nothing you can do about it either. This is your future, but white.
he's like, I never felt that.
No, it's not. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess it is.
What happened to DeBell? Well, he just left, and then he somehow swerved into the other side of traffic on the way home. Just
I don't want to be white. I don't want to be white.
oh man.
You want to be Caucasian?
Oh man, dude. I gotta tell you, dude. Here's since we're talking about this, I had my 23andMe get updated recently, and I'm not one of those people that are like, I need to be something, or I'm going to say I'm a 1% something or anything like that. 'Cause I'm not. But it honestly disappointed me when they didn't map me back to Africa. I'm like, where did I come from? Like, I don't want to be black, I'm me, I'm my own self. But it bothered me that I fucking popped
Wow.
up in like
What-
Germany.
Have you this whole time thought like,
I thought all humans came from back that direction, and they do, but for some reason they like to drop me just there. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
It made me feel like an alien.
You're thinking, wait.
yeah, you're thinking
I,
like
I needed
caveman
that. I
days.
just needed to know that I was part of everything.
If you think about it, 23andMe is for like recent.
It is, I know. But it just bothered me. They also said I was like 2.5% Neanderthal. I was like,
Man,
good
it's-
time.
It's
dude.
got to be higher than that.
No, well, yeah, my forehead. Fucking
Yeah, that's like a 5. It's 5 and a half.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
But
6.
Yeah.
I looked at that and I was like, son of a bitch, dude. I'm like,
damn.
I'm a knuckle dragging white moron from fucking the mountains of fucking Sweden or some weird shit.
We got badasses up there. Vikings, barbarians.
I
Yeah.
guess so.
I'm
I
just
don't know.
We kick the Romans' asses.
I think that this is a real thing, though. I think that white America really hates being white America
Oh, yeah.
to a certain degree.
Uh,
I
It's
believe
not everybody, but you can definitely tell in like
Well,
side of face.
you find a lot of people that force themselves into a minority situation in order to avoid being who they are. I'm not saying all people do that, but there's a lot of people that will say, I'm 1% black. You know what I mean? Off of 23andMe. Like,
I had a lot of friends. Because funny enough, I used to go to this like mega church. It's called Mosaic Church down in Orlando. Thousands of people. It's a big ass church. Had about like 8 black families. They were. I'm not saying that they were racist at the church. They definitely weren't. They treated everyone nice, but they did have,
a separate water fountain? What are we going to say here?
Be day where they had to be like, hey, invite your black friends. Like, that's kind of what I got.
Yeah, but that was like recruiting because that's all about making money. And they're like,
they called it the draft. They called it the draft. It was really weird.
When they got like a black preacher and like had a whole
no. They mean well.
They mean well.
It's like the white person bringing fried chicken to Black History Month at the potluck.
They mean well. But at the same time, it's just like, calm down. You don't have to do this. Like,
no. Yeah. I like tacos too.
Yeah, like, go get some hamburgers. Right?
Yeah.
Go get some pizza.
I talk about it all the
why
time.
is it collard greens and fucking
No one likes collard greens.
They're gross. They smell like farts.
They're not
Only with hot sauce.
They're not delicious.
Bro,
Only with hot sauce.
My best friend's aunt made the best collard greens I've ever had in my life.
I've heard it I'm from Cleveland. My friend's parents own barbecue restaurants, soul food places. I've had them in the South. I've had them all over the place. At best, they're okay. But it
may not be the collard greens. Maybe it's just you.
It might be. But nobody's like thinking, man, the most delicious thing I've ever had was collard greens.
No, that's never crossed my mind. That's like
they might be good, but they're not like, we're not talking about.
They smell like hot farts when they're fucking cooking.
They're like, it's maybe a good addition, but people aren't like, oh, man,
collard greens is like top 10
sides. Yeah, top 10 sides, but there's also like, yeah, it's true. Yeah, I guess.
No, it looks like wet grass that I pulled out of my fucking back end by lawnmower.
Yeah, I guess everyone's got their thing.
You guys do it too. My mother's Italian, or my mother-in-law is Italian. My wife, I have Freudian infection there. My wife is Italian, and they eat stuff called like escarole.
I don't eat any of that.
Broccoli rabe. You ever heard of broccoli rabe?
No,
that's a white thing. Let me tell you, it's like fucking broccoli, but it's like all stem and this long and boiled. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm not that kind of Italian. We eat all the pasta and all that shit, and then you have this little ass salad at the very end that my grandma would just make us eat, and for the roughage, that's what she would say.
So rough.
But it was like iceberg lettuce and that like little piece of carrot and that little piece of red, like whatever that purple thing is. I don't even know what the fuck that thing is. It's a purple colored thing, but it's not a radish though. It was like a piece of cabbage, I guess, or something.
Oh, okay.
It's like the generic, like fake ass little salad.
Comes out of a bag.
Yeah, it's like that. Exactly. You need everything, and then we eat that last every time.
How do you do that?
It was just like to help digestion.
With my trainer all the time, I talk to him, I'm like, vegetables. If we're going into the gym, give me what I hate the most first. When I eat my meal, I eat my vegetables first because they're the shittiest thing on the plate.
From the least to best.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's probably how
the psychopath ends on vegetables.
Nah, well, we have dessert after that.
But how do you go from green bean to cake?
I'm not saying. I don't know. But we get
We're in trouble right now. We're like angry at them.
But we can also, but we didn't have to eat very much because like I'm full. And then
you didn't have a parent like mine that was going to serve it to you the next morning.
Oh, no.
Yeah. You weren't getting dessert.
Now we don't force food on people. Wait, actually,
wait a minute.
We definitely
lasagnas and a fucking bowl of meatballs in there just from yesterday when she was
okay. We don't force bad food on people. There's there was never in my house like eat it or wear it. It was like, nah, I mean this shit is good.
Eat it or wear it.
Yeah.
They didn't tell me to wear it, but they definitely fucking made me sit there and fake puke.
Oh, yeah.
I will never have a kid and make them eat something that makes them feel like they're gonna vomit. Like, I'm okay with try something, see if you like it, whatever. But my parents never sat down with their least favorite fruit at the table as adults and fucking sat there and ate it. Because they're like, no, I'm not eating these Brussels sprouts because they taste like shit.
That was me and my mother with a fucking raw tomato. Like
that's the fruit. That's the fruit that God chose to blow his nose in.
It really was.
It's gross.
Disgusting. To this day, if I start like, I take a bite of raw tomato.
No.
Yeah,
Nope.
I don't like
Ketchup, spaghetti sauce, pizza, all fine.
Yeah, raw tomatoes. I'm Italian, and I will be the first to tell you, raw tomato, no need for that. Unless they're the little, very tiny, small ones in like a caprese
Snap
salad.
in your mouth.
Those I like.
Even worse.
That's better because it's not just like gushy in the middle.
I can't do it, dude.
Yeah, no.
That's where I don't do bell peppers.
I love bell peppers.
I'm sorry. You should.
Yeah, bell peppers. There's a good consistency. It's like not mushy. Like, tastes good.
No.
Yeah, stuffed bell peppers.
No.
Shit.
My stepmom used to make me fucking eat the pepper too. Like I didn't even want to eat it. Like I hated them. So I'd eat the stuffings and then kind of like smoosh the pepper with the fork. Like shorter.
You just gotta spread it out. Like
I used to fucking put kidney beans and napkins, shit like that. Like I had eaten this.
Actually,
I grew up poor and everything came out of a box in a can. And then suddenly they started throwing real vegetables at me and it tasted weird. Everything was chewy. I was like, it was the first time I had green beans. I was like 19 or 20 years old at a friend's house in the army. And I had green beans in a can.
And then they don't have
They
that
like
vinegar
smoosh
taste.
like baby food in your mouth.
Yeah, smush like
Give me-
vinegar.
They put those things on my plate, and I remember biting one of them, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like I wanted to spit it out because I was like, "Something's wrong." They forgot to cook it. Like something wrong, and I see everybody else like gnawing on them, like it's a good thing, and I'm like,
"Oh yeah." When I first went to a restaurant in China, it was like, "Oh crazy!" So it's like just the whole thing, right? Like,
"Yeah," and snap it. Like what's going on here?
Yeah, they're like they don't taste bad. They're just don't taste good.
I like edamame. Edamame, I'll just fucking sit and munch on that with garlic.
Because it's like it's the salt and the garlic. You're just getting that like the regular taste of it.
I gotta get my vegetables somehow. We've already established that it's the last thing I want to fucking.
Yeah,
First,
I'm an eater.
I didn't have it.
there's a lot of good ones, but there's a marketing problem too when you're a kid. Like they present it as a thing that you're gonna hate and fucking have to
No,
eat it.
they
And then-
made all the fake food taste a million times better.
yeah,
I need all that shit.
Yeah, like, give me a grape or give me grape flavored something.
yeah.
I want grape flavored something. It tastes better.
Except medicine. Great flavored medicine for some reason is the worst.
You ever had a cotton candy grape?
That's not
It's a real thing. Go to Publix. They have grapes that they sell that are called cotton candy grapes, and they are seasonal, and they taste like fucking cotton candy.
Yeah, see, that's not good. That's genetically
See?
modified into way.
You're probably gonna hate me for this one. I don't like it.
I don't either, but it's still
Yeah.
weird as shit.
I don't.
Like I'm not gonna gnaw on air and
I don't
sugar.
like the way that like it when you eat. Yeah, I don't like it either.
Uh,
And then no,
everyone I saw that is
It
mad.
melts to the roof.
no,
of
I
your
don't like
mouth.
it. And then man, like when you're like some of that turns into like the grossest shit when you're a kid. It's like liquefies all over you somehow.
I don't like having dirty hands unless
Nah.
I'm doing something that requires to be dirty. And then I wash my hands when it's time to wash my
Oh
hands.
yeah, I watched that.
I have
Whiskey and slap people with
tisms.
clean hands.
With all of my mental health shit, I got some tisms that are floating around in there. And one of them is that for the last 20 years, I've never used a paper towel that wasn't wet in my house. Like I keep one when I eat dinner, I take a paper towel and fold it into fourths. I wet it, dry it out, just have it sit there. And when everybody else is using their paper towel, mine's wet. Because when I wet my mouth is clean. It's not fucking smooshed around.
You're really obsessed with this smooshed around.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, how is this okay? Like I said, if you had poop on your arm, it would not be okay to just hit it with some paper and call it a day.
It's true, but
You're not wrong.
I'm not wrong at all. They shouldn't be walking around with your butt cheeks itching. Like, it's just not a good thing.
yeah.
On that note,
So, couple more things about the slap fight. Just wow, like we have like all eight.
oh, this is a two-parter.
Yeah, we have ADD in here, so we always get like side.
Sidetrack and stuff.
But people always ask me about this, because the hitting part's one thing, but the taking it part is what people have a problem with. And like when I was given the task of casting the first season of Power Slap, and there were some guys that had done it, like you said, in Poland, Russia, couldn't get them because of visas and all that. There's the other league; those guys were all under contracts, and like there was just not that many. We got a couple of them coaches, and we had to just talk to people and get people to do this shit that hadn't done it before, for the most part. And a lot of it, before we were even allowed to say that Dana or the UFC was involved at all, we had to get people to try it out, which is a rough thing. But I have a lot of friends, 20 years work with UFC. Got a lot of friends that are pro fighters, dozens of fights, and almost everyone said, "Fuck off! I'm never doing that." Like, what's the moment like when you got to stand in there and just know, grown man that's big, you're big dude, your weight class is big, is about to just give everything he's got, hit you in the face.
Honestly, I was just don't really think about it. Just stand there, take your hit, like there's no more to it. To me, like what you're signing up for when you join this sport, and it's hard to like explain it to people like joining or that just don't understand it. But like for guys like me and other guys in the sport, this is just it's fun to just go back and forth and knock the shit out of each other.
I mean, I like to fight, not as much anymore, but as a kid, stuff. But like every ounce of your DNA is telling you to move. That's the thing.
Yeah, that is a bizarre phenomenon. We're one of the only creatures that will do this, by the way. No creature gonna fucking slap another creature in the face and wait for it. We are doing this. But the fact that you can stand there and there's the flinch, which fuck man, that was a genius add to this entire thing when they made it. Because growing up, what happened when you flinched?
It's an actual rule.
It's an actual rule, which I was there for the fights when they did it in Vegas. And I was both mesmerized and traumatized at the same time because it's quiet as fuck.
Right up until the slap.
And even the slap, it's quiet after that too.
Yeah.
When you're watching them like fucking navigate whether or not they're gonna live. Because it's very like disconcerting to watch a human be a human but not know they're human for a few minutes. It's the only way I can describe it because you're like in a whole nother world. Holy shit. So I mean, so you're standing there and you're taking it like, yes, you're getting that to the face. Are you thinking, I imagine I would liken it to something for me. If I were to do it, it would be an odds scenario. That's how I work with things. Like if I'm going to jump out of a helicopter in the Army, I'm going to say how many did it before me and lived. Mm-hmm. That's usually how I play the game mentally. Yeah. So when you step up to get slapped, is that one of the things that you consider? Like, look, dude, nobody's died from this. I can take a slap. Just fucking give it and I'll move.
Technically, I think in like Russia where it wasn't like
they don't count. They use like fucking Kodiak bears.
Yeah. There was only one guy for that, and that was in Russia where they
probably smacked the tumor. It just popped.
Well, they didn't do any MRIs or anything. The guy had a pre-existing condition.
There you go. Yeah. It's a boy type of thing.
Yeah.
Like Vince Murdoch.
Yeah, for me though, it's really just like you can't focus on how many, because every fight is different. Every competitor you're going to go against is going to hit you differently. So you just got to be a little bit crazy.
I almost broke my teeth.
Watching because like I go out there every time and just either I'm going to eat his hit and I'm going to hit him back 10 times harder, or he's going to knock me out and I'm going to have to figure it out after that.
That's the line. Like I don't ever like having the lost look in the eyes. That just is terrifying. Like I don't understand. Gary and I were talking about this when I was talking to Kelvin about it. How do you go back and watch a video of you in that state? I can't think that that's something that I don't want to relive.
Yeah.
Like I can't watch myself in that because it's so, the vulnerability is at like a completely different level in that moment.
You got Forrest behind you. Catch
Forrest. I love him.
Everything's fine.
Forrest just makes me feel happy when I see his face. He just makes me feel good.
He's into it too. Yeah. Like he was not at first, and then he was like,
now he knows that shit.
Yeah. It's we had Pearl Gonzalez on it. She slapped me in the face really hard. And she's a pro fighter. She's fought in every different aspect of martial arts, And she went to the event with us too. And she has a good perspective on things. And she said like the defense from where she sees it as like how you get up. People are trying to stand up really quickly. In boxing, you're taught to use your whole 10 seconds on the ground.
Face out.
And get your bear, people are up and they're like trying to convince the ref like too soon that they're like good to go. Or if you stay there long enough, you get to your hip, start building your base up and get up there. Obviously, you don't want to wait too long, but that's one part that not a lot of people I've heard talk about. that was like her perspective was like, you're going to go down. You're going to go down. It's
Here's
like,
the count.
what do you do after that to like get to the point where you could, be good again? Because
Change
natural
careers.
instincts for a lot of people is like get up as fast as you can, or like try to be like, I'm good. That's usually when you face plant or you're like,
fall forward.
Anybody is like that though. The more we protest something, the more that we have that fucking inclination the other direction.
Oh yeah. And honestly, people have been like
When the boxer screams,
all the time, it's like their fighters don't care. Like you go and tell me all the time, oh, there's a risk for this. Man, this is a fun time. I'm having a great time doing sport. I want to get into boxing after I do this. So
your chin at that point.
Yeah.
it's like people know what they're getting into. It's up to them. It's free world. Like, and there's also a button on your TV that changes the channel.
Yeah, like it doesn't have to be this big thing where there's drama and everyone's over here arguing with everyone. Like, man, just mind your own damn business. Honestly, that's too big of a deal for you.
But those are the people that got it so popular. Like anything else, we didn't get 2 billion views. Like, because everybody loved it. Is
Still
out. It's crazy, you guys. Like, Jewel had like 500 or 350 million, I think.
Artem Lobov pointed out something fucking great when he was on, and it was that no matter what the event that is going on, you could have 1 million people in the stands watching football, tennis, basketball, whatever it is. One fight breaks out. Where does everybody look?
The fight.
The fight. Always the fight. We are predisposed to being fucking attracted to watching that shit for some reason.
Oh yeah.
And it could be the worst fight ever.
Yeah.
It could be the worst fight ever. It could be like fucking 4-foot dude with like thick glasses on and some other portly guy that works at fucking Gander Mountain or some shit. Like
that guy's got a gun.
Oh yeah, it's true.
But yeah, this skips all the bullshit. You're getting right to just, there's no feeling each other out. There's no like, this might be boring.
Yeah, there's no, this might be a boring match. Every match is exciting because every match has a good hit and a good receiving, right?
Yeah, it's like when Ronda was like unstoppable, and you were like waiting to see like if they could stop it more than if she could do it, And like,
Wasn't Holmes that fucking cleaned her clock?
Yeah, her and Amanda. But it was like now it's like we like, and you never know. We had a guy in Vern who was on the show, and he would strike everybody, but he never got hit. So
Chin was never tested.
He went out.
See, and that's the thing. I feel like you should have to take one shot to get in.
Honestly, yeah. But to be fair, that's another part of the sport. Your first hit is always your first hit. We tell every guy, don't leave us until you get that first hit. And they're like, God damn.
I'm gonna get your heads, bro.
I mean, I remember to this day, I remember my exact first hit with Frank saying, and she had my legs shaking. The entire rest of the match, my legs were shaking. And I was just like, God damn.
This is why we bob and weave. It's a thing.
But it's like the anticipation sometimes worse, like than the actual thing.
You'll end up getting to hit him back though. Like just like back and forth.
I can dig it.
So the adrenaline is probably it's so satisfying.
Oh man, there are some people's faces that look like fucking it's sloth afterwards.
They're new to it. They haven't had any staff, so I build up like.
You build up strength in your face?
If you see Ron, like he doesn't swell up as much.
Cauliflower cheek. That's bad.
And sometimes just like when Wesley got that huge like hematoma, like Joanna got that in a fight once, but she never got it again or before. Like sometimes it's just like blood vessels and shit just pop a certain way. But
I popped a zit on my nose once, and it fucking turned into my nose purple. I was really mad.
it's kind of the same exact thing, except not at all.
Yeah, and the same exact thing happened. It's like never once in my life.
That's equal, right? That's equal.
How was
it? It's very traumatizing.
How was it when you popped it? No.
How was that?
You hit the mirror.
No. Yeah.
That's a satisfying. That is a good one, man. We're also predisposed to that.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
Some people are.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
No, we're not predisposed. That sick motherfuckers. Well, watch that shit. Are predisposed.
No, man, it draws you in.
That is gross.
You've never been pinned down by your wife, like the side of your neck, like pitching the shit out of your meat.
No, I don't have a wife or pussy pimples on me.
Pussy pimples?
Pussy pimples.
Oh, it was like,
I will wear
No,
a
thank
fucking
you.
turtleneck for
Are
the
you
rest of my life.
laying down on the bed or something, hop on your back, be like, all right, time to get the pimple. Just fucking
Oh, it hurts. Like, come on. And you tell them to stop. They don't let you do that.
No, never.
No. You
So-
don't know how
You try to
strong
do it
you are.
once. Yeah, then you try to do it one time a little too hard. You won't hear about it for the rest of the week.
You're never going to do it again. And she still has full fucking reign on anyone. She don't even warn you.
It's going to
You're up there shaving.
Back to something less gross.
It's a real thing, though, dude. Like, go to TikTok, look at yourself caught
No,
up.
I know what it
Pimple
is.
talk.
I think it's disgusting. I'm well aware of how gross that shit is. I don't want to watch it ever. But yeah. So back to the. So
Well, I hope for your sake, you never have to hit somebody that has a big ass pimple on their face.
Oh, don't worry. I'll pop that.
Oh, dude, in
we
like,
had some
what, like
gross
10 million FPS or whatever you guys got there.
we had,
that fucking thing would be like,
oh, we had one in the first match. The dude with the dreads, it cut his whole cheek, and so 1,000 frames a second.
Smiling?
It was just you should watch it rip.
Flapping.
It was rough.
Oh,
Man,
Yeah, that's
no thank you.
yeah, that was man. When we did that first event, it was crazy. You're like,
He basically wiped his lip off his cheek.
it was. I mean, it split right here.
Oh,
It was a joke of smile.
Oh,
on one
man.
side. And that,
can you hit me
that
on both sides? I want to be even.
yeah, that's the whole thing's crazy because it's so new.
I like the guy off in the corner cutting the other side.
Yeah, I mean,
I remember when we first started. I ain't gonna lie, there's a lot of rules that we had to get situated because, like, for a while there, me and like the other guys that were doing it, we're like, we just allowing all this to happen, like we just gonna let all this slide.
yeah. So like, for people that don't know, there's basic rules. You have to keep your feet planted. You're not allowed to move when receiving the hit because there's a zone in which you're allowed to strike in. Where do you see that there needs more rules or less, or what do you think?
I think we just need more formatting for what we're allowed now. Because for even when I was just watching the matches, usually I can't get to like all matches like prelims and but for a lot of these matches, like they're calling flinching on one guy for a small little flinch, and then the other guy will do the same exact thing and won't get called in the same match.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really make sense like how they're doing the rules. So even when guys ask me like, hey, are they gonna call it if I do this? Or are they gonna call it if I do this? I'm like, honestly, I don't know. It depends on who's reffing the match and like how
Yeah.
Can we work around that? I mean, is the answer to just use live time recordings to?
some replay and stuff. I think once they get all the judges and refs on the same page on what we're allowed, not
Yeah, and it's new and it's like it's pressure up there when you're a ref and everyone's looking at you and they got to make the
Oh,
call.
I'd never
and
be a
then,
ref.
You know, we went through all these classes with these guys like when we started and we had like Wolverine and Darius.
Welcome to
King.
Slapping 101.
It was. We had it fully catered and we were watching video and going over it and like they had to teach these guys and like
man, it's
There's technique to it. I watched like the whole like coming down, then coming up, and you got to like get the angle. Like it's a real thing. I get it, but it scares me because it's only going to get better.
yeah.
the striking's getting better.
Yeah,
You know?
the heads aren't getting softer.
Nobody's ever done this motion before, and now they're learning how to do it. And it's also like a golf swing. Like,
Yep.
First time you swing a golf club, you're not swinging hard because you're afraid you're not going to hit the ball. But as soon as you get that confidence that you're going to land it right, and you could let everything just fly.
Oh yeah. That's when I started again. Fun sport.
Fun sport. Ooh, the head backed up like a Pez dispenser.
Do you think they're going to have to put in things to make the power less, whether it be, you know,
Weights.
like
The less pivot, the no pivoting should be in, honestly. Because
That makes sense. That's engineering.
honestly, if you can't be taking hits from heavyweights or whatever weight class you're in, just drop weight classes. Like,
yeah,
it's as simple as that. If you can't hang with heavyweights, don't fight heavyweights.
yeah.
Do heavyweights always hit harder?
No.
Okay. I'm just curious. Yeah, I mean, like,
the hardest I've been hit by anybody in sports so far. and he's a light heavyweight national. So it really depends, but like
There has to be like
average area, the heavyweights are hitting harder.
I think it has to do with hand speed and accuracy and shit too, but the weight behind it's
mechanics, dude. Muscles are all made different. There's small guys out there that can lift incredible amounts of weight with zero issues. Who is that? There's a guy on social media that is a power lifter, but he's really small and he pretends like he's cleaning the gym all the time.
Oh yeah,
dude's constantly fucking breaking egos.
Yeah, that's just hilarious. It's like it's really like a toss in the air, but like generally that's how it goes.
Yeah,
Like, the bigger you are, until you get to super heavyweight. I feel like.
Yeah,
I feel like just the less like,
super heavyweight.
Yeah, those guys. I feel like you'd like guy like Slap for Cash.
How much
you
is
would
super
smoke a dude
heavyweight?
like that?
Oh, yeah. I was tempted to go up to super heavyweight just to see if I could run through the Giants.
I think like some of those guys can hit pretty hard, but there's no range of motion at all. Like
they definitely have power. Like I've fought to do that super heavyweight before, and they definitely got power. But I still feel like Ron's harder out there.
Dude, it's the ability to cut the air.
It's like accuracy, like in the right spot, in that rotation.
what do you think about Darius and Wolverine went 27 rounds the first time, and then second time it didn't go that way? Like, what was it that made it so he got the best of him that quickly in the second one?
Honestly, it's probably just a new rule set and the slow-mo cameras. It probably got into Darius's head because Darius, he has a specific technique where he'll flinch with a blow. Like, you really got to see what he tried to do against Dorian in the last match.
Yeah.
He tries to go with the blow every time. And that's how he was, been doing it for a long time. So he's never really, like, eaten his hits, really.
Right.
So when he took that first hit and actually had to take a hit from Rowan, you saw what happened.
Yeah, because you could wager or gamble that you could roll with it so close.
Yeah, you've got to like,
but they stop the frame on their face, so they're going to see the impact.
Right.
Like,
oh man,
Before,
face puddles.
yeah, before that, the human eye is one thing, and 1,000 frames a second is another.
Yeah.
When I saw that footage, I was, holy shit.
It's a whole different field of reference, and I guess Darius just didn't have a chance. I'm hoping he's working on that and coming back strong. I really want to see that man do well. I really do. But not until he has to fight me, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you don't root for somebody across the podium from you, right?
So who's
I hope you knock me out.
Yeah.
who's next for you?
Whoever wins the next title fight, I'm assuming. Or honestly, I don't know. They don't tell me much.
But who do you think it would be?
It's probably going to be Dwayne. Because Dwayne's beaten. I'm pretty sure he's beaten everybody except for.
So is it? Does he have to go against someone else, or is it just going to be you two next?
I think they have to go against someone else. I don't know who yet. I think he's having to do another one. He's not happy about it. He told him he was going to get a title fight last one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I thought we were going to be fighting each other after that fight too. Like, because he won. Like, he has the number one contender spot. I'm champ. Where's our fight at? But,
So you won it.
I want anybody.
I love it.
I told him, right, if he loses this match, I'll chase him to whatever weight class he comes to. Because he's talking about
Nice.
yeah, because he was talking about like he can't beat me second time, might as well go up to super heavyweight or drop down to light heavyweight. I was like, man, I'll chase you anywhere you want to go, just out of spite, just to fuck with you.
You heard it here first.
So you were a super heavyweight in the when you came over to Power Slap, you were super heavyweight, and then like, were you ever that heavy over 265, or you just?
Oh, I hang out at around. I used to be like 260, 266, but nowadays I walk around like 250, 255. Actually, pretty right. But,
Yeah.
I'm working on putting on muscle, losing some fat, but it's a slow process.
Yeah, you don't look that big. Like,
Yeah. In comparison to a lot of the other heavyweights, I'm not the biggest one.
Yeah, but
But
it's density, man.
yeah,
It's density.
definitely the most dense motherfucker out there.
what about so Ryan Phillips got the injury, and
Yes.
Like,
Poor guy.
that's rough to go through all that. And then,
Yeah.
two-part question is one, like, how do you feel he's going to do when he comes back? And two, are you guys starting to work your offhands more? Do people do that just in case you get in a situation where you're in the middle of a match or something and you got to hit the offhand?
To answer the first part, I think it really just depends on how much he's working recovery. It's like it's a bad, it's a bad accident to happen right before he matched. And he's been recovering slowly but surely, so I'm hoping he comes back and shows him what he can do, because that man's got a fucking chin, but you still don't know about his power right because of his arm. And the second part of that question, it's kind of hard to answer, honestly. And it really depends on the guy. Because, like John Davis, he fucked up his shoulder, so he had to switch to his offhand. And he'd been practicing it, but, obviously not as much as stuff. And so for a lot of guys, like, you should be practicing that, your other hand. Just
Wise,
have
too.
just to have that option open to you.
But
me personally, I'll tell you about me personally. You ain't gonna catch me slapping my left hand. It's either my right hand or I'm quitting the fucking match.
No.
I'm not even fucking playing that shit.
I gotta tell you, if I had to do that left-handed, somebody's getting karate chopped in the neck, but I'm gonna look like I'm slapping you. Because my
it's
left
all
hand
good.
is not
Yeah,
doing
I
it.
can't even wipe my ass with my left hand.
No, I'll slap you with a broken hand before I
What?
swing my left.
Swinging it because I'm gonna poke you in the eye. It's gonna be so inaccurate.
Oh yeah. It's just I've never really been good. Like throwing a left hook or like boxing or anything, left hand's perfectly fine. Slapping, I've tried it. It does not go. The accuracy just is not.
I always had a good left jab.
My uncle
Yeah,
Randy used to make jokes about a left-handed slap. I don't know.
And I'm the type of person, like, I'll tell Ryan Phillips, hey, if you think you can still slap with that hand, fucking swing that thing, because you got to do what you
Might as well do something.
Yeah, like I'm the type. That's how I was raised, though. Like I was just you got to do what you got to do to keep going.
Yeah.
Like
Failure's not an option. Quitting's not an option.
yeah,
Just-
that was the one line they added in that episode from me on the show, because I didn't get much lines. So that was the one line of me like, hey, if you think you got it, go do it. Because he was like, I think I can maybe get one or two off, because he was losing the points.
Can't think you want to or think you're gonna.
No, you have to either
Yeah,
do
go for
it
the
or
home
don't.
run.
Like, you're either knowing you're going to do it and give it 120%, risk it all, put it all on the line for that one extra chance to win.
If you don't believe in yourself, you're not gonna make it.
Oh yeah, that's one thing I like to say all the time. Like, you don't believe in yourself, no one will. Like,
Dude,
it doesn't
it's the same
matter
thing.
who else-
If you don't love yourself, how do you expect other people to show you any love?
Exactly.
Yeah, and
You're not lovable.
you better be confident going up and standing at
Fuck
the
that,
table.
dude. Not even a little bit.
Yeah, you gotta be humble but confident at the same time.
I think that's a great way to describe you. I like that. And I think it's a great place to end. You are humble and confident because you're a nice, even keel guy. You're not aggressive. You're calm. You're fun to be around, but you're also a sleeper.
Yeah.
And literally, like putting people to sleep.
Yeah. So you gotta have that flip,
Yeah.
that little switch, flip that. And it's like
We've all
Ready
got
to
it
fight.
somewhere.
yeah, everybody has.
You have it at a certain point. At a certain point, an animal will fight back.
Oh, yeah.
No matter how much it screams, it'll still bite you.
Every single person has the capability to be a fighter. It's just whether you're willing to really like push yourself to get there.
It has to be the right scenario.
Yeah.
It's got to be the thing that you're willing to defend.
Yes, sir.
So I want to tell you thank you so much for coming in here, man. This has been a lot of fun. We've gone almost 2 hours, which is fantastic. We'll just break it up, release it as detentions, let people enjoy it. Because I mean, honestly, sitting around and bullshitting, we don't get to do it as much because a lot of these shows are serious. That's why we reserve like detentions where we can, be ourselves and joke around about stuff and not have to walk away needing like Valium after.
Yeah, I think like everything's about balance.
It's
It's hard to find that balance.
Yeah, it's shit. My face hurts from laughing, so that's always
That's the way.
It's like,
I love that though. Is there anything you want to wrap up with? Tell us where to find you, all that kind of stuff.
You can find me Bell on Instagram, TikTok, like some main ones, also on YouTube. And to anyone that wants to message me about challenge, go fight. Don't do it. You'll get your shit rocked. Champ shit. Get crap.
Like, don't be a thread hero.
that's a good mic drop right there.
It is. On that note, be cool and keep learning.
Yes, sir.